Hello, hi, it's Camille J with the L Spot, and I'm here at the Women's Empowerment Series, and I'm here with one of the speakers of the night, Regina Uber. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, especially after hearing such your motivational talk. You talked about really tapping into your own mind, and one of the most inspiring things was when you talked about your own devastation that you experienced in your business. So tell us a little bit how you got the courage to go back into business after that devastation.
Well, when I came here, I was asking myself basically, what's next? So what can I do with everything that I had accumulated, all that background I had and all that experience that I had accumulated, all that corporate background, my entrepreneurial background prior to that experience actually, my languages and my international background, and what could I do with that, and of course the holistic healing background, which opened my, which really made me study the subconscious mind. How could I package all of that together and help women become more powerful so they could take charge of their own lives and not get into those really difficult situations, right? Even if you don't go through a traumatic situation, it's also about how do you negotiate for yourself? How do you stand up for yourself in business, in your career, in a corporation, whatever your situation is, and really know the extent of the power you have inside of yourself, because that's really something we often do not realize.
Right. So can you tell me about how do we tap into that energy and that mindset to make us go forward, especially women and being emotional creatures? How do we tap into those emotions and the energy?
Yeah, sure. So with my clients, I do a lot of very deep digging work. So we go really deep into the subconscious mind, which in a group is sort of harder to do, okay? But what we can do is really analyze and be the observer of our thoughts and of our emotions, and take a distance instead of going into the drama, right? Because the drama doesn't really help us.
Right.
So when we become the observer of our emotions and of our thoughts and of our beliefs and of our patterns, that's when we can really get to that root and see what needs to be changed. And there are some simple exercises that we can do, like the one we did today. Of course, when you work with somebody, an expert, you can always go much deeper, but you have to start somewhere. And also, feeling that inner power of yours is something that really just requires a few seconds sometimes. Once you've done those exercises a couple of times, like feeling into that inner power of yours, what you focus on expands, right? So if I focus on my inner power, it will expand. And these are simple exercises that over time, they can be used even when you only have like a few seconds. Like, let's say you go into a job interview and you get nervous. So you can use those exercises in your favor and get the most out of that situation. Because we all face challenging situations in life, right?
Right, definitely. And I know one of the other things you mentioned were that each of us are unique. Can you share with our audience how important each and every one of them are being in this world and being a unique person, individual?
I believe that we all are so unique because we all have an individual role in the world. You don't have the same role as I have, and so we look different, we act differently, we have a different personality, we have different skills and talents, and there's a reason for that, because we all have a role so that the world can function. And once we really acknowledge that role, because oftentimes as women specifically, we don't really acknowledge ourselves enough and our talents and our uniqueness, and that's really important so that we can also use it. So that's something that we oftentimes focus on our shortcomings instead of our wonderful talents and our wonderful even personality traits. I mean, everybody's different, so not everybody's a fit, but maybe I'm a fit for somebody and then you are a fit for somebody else, even if we have the same profession.
Right. Right. So can you share with us where we can find, do you have your own company website or things like that? Yes, please share with us.
Yeah, so my website is transformyourperformance.com, and I do leadership coaching for businesses, for organizations. I also work with individuals. I teach workshops around my system. It's called the Powerful Leadership Transformation, and it's based on 4 pillars, and they are mindset, uniqueness, body consciousness, and action, because without action, nothing much happens. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with the audience and with us today. I know our audience is really going to appreciate this and the tips and tools that you gave us today. And it's Camille J. Make sure you tune in so you too can, tap into your energy and go out in the world and do something great.